Imagine a heavy chain pulling you down every time you try to advance financially. A chain forged from fear, insecurity, and the belief, "I'll never have enough." This is the scarcity mindset. But this chain has a weaker link, and in this video, we will wield the most powerful weapon in existence, the prophetic word, to break it. Are you ready to be set free and unlock the doors to the abundance God has already prepared for you? Perhaps you don't even realize it, but this invisible prison has controlled your thoughts for years. It whispers in your ear that you are unworthy, that you weren't born to prosper, that everything you achieve will be lost. And the worst part is that these voices disguise themselves as realism, as prudence. But in truth, they are echoes of wounded faith, of a mind programmed merely to survive, not to truly flourish. How many times have you watched opportunities slip through your grasp, yet something within you made you hesitate, doubt, or retreat? How many times have you looked to the heavens and wondered, "Lord, why does it seem that your blessing never reaches me?" What you may not realize is that this feeling of blockage is no coincidence. It is a mental and spiritual curse, fueled by ancient patterns, negative words, inherited beliefs, and thoughts that do not originate from God. The Bible declares, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Proverbs 23:7. This powerful truth means that if a pattern of scarcity exists within you, the external world will merely mirror that internal condition. But the opposite is equally true. When your mind is renewed by the Word, your reality begins to transform from the inside out. And that is precisely what you will discover today. How to shatter this curse of financial scarcity through the mighty power of prophetic prayer and the spiritual renewal of your mind. For abundance is not a privilege reserved for a select few. It is a spiritual right, a divine inheritance that God Himself has deposited within you. However, to access it, you must break the invisible cycle that binds you. The profound secret that Emmett Fox taught, and which is perfectly aligned with what Jesus Himself revealed, is that everything begins in consciousness. Manifestation is not some magical act. It is a direct reflection of what you believe to be true. When you truly believe that God is the infinite source, and not the fleeting world, the energy of scarcity utterly loses its power over you. But if deep down you fear loss, constantly expect the worst, and repeat phrases like, "Money is hard to come by," "Things are too expensive," or "That's not for me," you are actively feeding the very system that holds you captive. The good news is that the prophetic word possesses creative power. When you declare with unwavering faith, in harmony with divine laws, you are not merely praying, you are actively reprogramming your mind, your energetic field, and your entire reality. Jesus did not say, "I will be." He declared, "I am." And this is the very language of creation. Every time you affirm with absolute conviction, "I am divinely supplied," "I am prosperous," "I am blessed," you are aligning your vibration with the infinite abundance of the Father. Throughout this video, you will come to understand why scarcity is not merely a financial condition, but a pervasive energy that obstructs the divine flow in every area of your life, affecting your health, relationships, opportunities, and even your very purpose. And most importantly, you will learn, step by step, how to liberate yourself from its grip by utilizing powerful prophetic prayers and spiritual principles firmly rooted in the very Word of God. But before we proceed, I want to invite you to do something simple, yet powerful. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. This simple action, beyond helping to expand this message to more people, is also a powerful way for you to declare to the universe and to your own soul, "I am ready to receive the new." This is more than a click. It is a potent declaration of faith. And if, as you hear this message, something within you begins to awaken, if you feel truly ready to definitively break free from the cycle of scarcity and begin to manifest a new reality, there is special content available that can guide you on this sacred path. The link is in the first pinned comment, and those who access it will truly understand the authentic process of activating divine abundance through the living Word. Now, take a deep breath and allow yourself to immerse in this profound revelation. For what comes next will unveil what almost no one has told you. Scarcity is not the opposite of wealth. It is the absolute opposite of faith. And when you grasp this fundamental truth, you will discover that the key to true prosperity has always resided within you, simply awaiting activation by the correct consciousness. Stay with me until the very end, because the final revelation in this video is the most powerful of all, and it holds the potential to completely transform how you perceive money, faith, and life itself. The scarcity mindset is more than a negative thought about money. It is a spiritual construct that infiltrates the deepest layers of the mind. It doesn't materialize overnight. It is silently built through the words we heard in childhood, the comparisons we made, the losses we experienced, and the beliefs we absorbed without even realizing it. It acts like a shadow that lurks behind our decisions, silently influencing how we perceive the world, opportunities, and even our very selves. When someone grows up hearing phrases like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," "born poor, die poor," or "it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven," the subconscious registers these messages as absolute truths. But the truth is that these words, distorted by spiritual ignorance, have created a mental system of blockages that prevent the energy of prosperity from freely flowing. God never cursed money itself. What he condemned was attachment, idolatry, the excessive love of material things above the spirit. Money is merely a tool, an extension of life's energy. It obeys the mind that attracts it, or the mind that repels it. Jesus taught that the kingdom of God resides within us. This teaching means that all riches, abundance, and possibilities already exist in potential within human consciousness. But to manifest these divine riches, you must align yourself with spiritual truth. And this truth is simple. You are not a limited being striving to grasp something outside of yourself. You are an eternal spirit, divinely connected to the infinite source, manifesting in the physical world the very reflection of what you truly believe and feel. Emmett Fox wisely stated that everything a man sees is the result of what he thinks. If scarcity dwells within you, the world around you will reflect lack. But if within you there is gratitude, faith, and certainty in divine supply, then abundance becomes an inevitable reality. This is a spiritual law, as precise and undeniable as gravity. The crucial difference is that while gravity pulls downwards, faith elevates, expands, and creates. The scarcity mindset creates a vicious cycle. The more you fear losing, the more you lose. The more you cling, the more the divine flow becomes obstructed. It's like trying to hold water with clenched fists. God cannot fill that which is already full of fear. The blessing can only enter a heart that truly trusts. Therefore, the first prophetic prayer to break the curse of scarcity begins with an act of profound surrender. Father, I trust in you as my sole and infinite source. I renounce all belief in limitation, and now receive your boundless supply. When you make this declaration with unshakable faith, something shifts. Fear begins to dissolve. Your spirit realigns with divine truth, and your mind, which previously functioned as a magnetic field of blockage, begins to vibrate in perfect harmony with divine abundance. It is here that prophetic prayer transforms into a powerful tool of creation and not merely a plea. For God does not hear you as if he were distant. He manifests through you as you. But there's a crucial point almost no one discusses. Scarcity isn't solely about money. It manifests in every area of life. When you feel unworthy of love, when you believe you don't deserve happiness, when you are convinced that good things are for others. The scarcity mindset compels you to compare, compete, and doubt God's perfect timing. This is why so often people work diligently, pray fervently, do everything right, and yet still feel stuck. The blockage is not in their actions. It is rooted in their consciousness. A mind that thinks small will never manifest anything great. And this is not because God withholds it, but because he honors the energy you choose to emit. It's akin to trying to tune into the wrong radio station. No matter how well the receiver functions, you will only hear static until you turn the dial to the correct frequency. The frequency of divine abundance is faith, gratitude, and absolute certainty. The frequency of scarcity, conversely, is fear, doubt, and victimhood. And do you know the greatest trap of scarcity? It cunningly makes you believe that you must deserve prosperity, when, in divine truth, prosperity is the natural state of a soul connected to God. Jesus multiplied the loaves and fish because he profoundly understood that the source is inexhaustible. He did not look at the little they had and lament. He gave thanks, and he multiplied. This, my friend, is the secret that changes everything. Gratitude is not a mere gesture. It is the sacred key to unlock abundant flow. Now look deep within yourself and be utterly honest. How many times have you fed thoughts of lack, even without realizing it? How many times have you told yourself, "It's not possible. It's impossible. I have no way"? Each one of these phrases is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness, and every seed bears fruit, including the detrimental ones. This is precisely why prophetic prayer is so incredibly powerful. It replaces these seeds of scarcity with declarations of divine power and unwavering faith. Begin to declare, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Not as a mere beautiful phrase, but as an undeniable, non-negotiable truth. When this powerful affirmation resonates deeply within your heart, your energy shifts. And when your energy shifts, the physical world begins to respond in kind. The right people appear. Divine opportunities reveal themselves, and new paths open before you. This is not coincidence. It is absolute spiritual law. Emmett Fox taught that the problem is never external, but rather in the mental image that a person holds of themselves. If you believe you are small, you will attract small circumstances. But if you recognize that you are made in the very image and likeness of God, you will begin to manifest grander realities. Abundance doesn't arrive when you merely seek it. It flows when you become one with it. Therefore, the key to breaking the financial curse of scarcity is not to chase after money, but to heal your consciousness of limitation. This is precisely why so many people achieve wealth, yet still live insecurely, constantly fearing they will lose everything, because what sustains them is not faith, but fear. True prosperity is born from the absolute certainty that God is the infinite source, and everything else is merely a channel. And here lies the most profound point. You do not break scarcity by receiving more, but by understanding that nothing was ever truly lacking. The universe is not composed of scarcity. It is made of divine flow. Everything that exists is in constant motion, and abundance is the natural, inherent state of creation. When you pray, you are not asking for something that doesn't exist. You are opening your heart to receive what is already being divinely emitted by the Spirit. Prophetic prayer, when offered with true understanding, is like a spiritual code that unlocks access to this boundless abundance. It does not convince God to give you something. It convinces you to receive. And there is a profound difference between asking with fear and declaring with unwavering faith. Fear says, "Lord, help me because I have nothing." Faith declares, "Lord, I thank you because your divine supply is already flowing into my life." And the more you declare with profound gratitude, the faster your energetic field aligns. For faith does not create the miracle. It recognizes it. Abundance is not a conquest. It is a profound recognition. And this is one of the most powerful revelations you can ever embrace. Everything you desire already exists in potential within you. Scarcity is merely the illusionary fog that prevents you from seeing it. Now imagine for a moment what would transpire if you decided definitively to break this cycle. If you chose to stop repeating old stories and began to affirm a new, empowering truth. I am prosperous because the God who dwells within me is abundant. This simple shift in language begins to dissolve years of energetic blockage, and gradually, you will start to witness the miraculous. Doors that were once closed now swing open, the right people appear, and money begins to flow as a direct reflection of your elevated vibration. But remember, it's not merely about repeating words. You must feel it. You must truly believe it. For the prophetic word is not a ritual. It is a powerful emanation of divine power. It must spring from living faith, from the deep, unshakable certainty that you are an heir to divine abundance. And if, as you hear this, you feel your heart burn within you, know that this is the Holy Spirit calling you to a new consciousness. It is He telling you, stop looking at lack and look to me. For when you focus on scarcity, you feed the illusion. But when you focus on God, everything divinely expands. If you desire to deepen this awakening and understand, step by step, how to manifest this abundance in a practical and spiritual way, access the link in the first pinned comment. There, you will find transformative content that will guide you in this profound process of inner activation. Now, stay with me, because the ultimate revelation will show you how to transform every prayer into a living prophecy, and how to wield the power of the word to reprogram not only your mind, but all the energy around you. The most powerful part is yet to come. When you truly comprehend that genuine prosperity is a state of consciousness, everything irrevocably shifts. Money ceases to be the focal point and becomes a divine consequence. Worries lose their grip, fear dissolves, and your heart begins to experience a silent peace. That profound certainty that only comes when you understand that God has never abandoned you. He has always been the source, always been the supply, always been the way. What prevented you from seeing this was merely the fog of scarcity, that subtle veil the human mind created, and which faith is capable of tearing apart in an instant. From this day forward, you must look at life through different eyes, not as someone desperately seeking a miracle, but as someone who is the miracle in motion. Everything you require is already within you, merely awaiting the correct command, the prophetic word that activates the dormant divine power. Remember this profound truth. The universe does not respond to desperation. It responds to the elevated vibration of faith. When you declare with absolute conviction, "I am prosperous," the universe bows before that certainty. For that is precisely what God meant when He declared, "Let there be light." He did not ask for light. He declared it into existence. You were created in the very image and likeness of that same creative power. And this means that within you resides the inherent capacity to transform everything that seems impossible. Scarcity is merely an echo, an ancient lie that loses its voice when your consciousness awakens. And consciousness awakens when you make the profound decision to believe. Faith is not a fleeting emotion. It is a daily, unwavering decision to trust, even when everything around you appears dark. What binds you today is not what you lack. It is what you believe you lack. A mind that dwells on lack will only attract more lack. But when your heart anchors itself in profound gratitude, your energy irrevocably changes direction. Everything that seemed distant begins to draw near. Everything that was blocked begins to flow freely. God does not withhold blessings. It is fear that obstructs their reception. Abundance is like a mighty river. It is always flowing, but you must open the floodgates to receive it. Therefore, close your eyes now for a brief moment. Breathe deeply and silently repeat, "I am the open channel for divine abundance. Everything that is mine by spiritual right flows to me with ease and perfection." Feel the heavy weight lifting from your body. Feel the lightness taking hold of your soul. This is how scarcity is truly overcome, not by brute force, but by awakened consciousness. For when you transform within, the world around you transforms accordingly. Jesus never said, "Ask, and perhaps you will receive." He declared, "Whatever you ask in prayer, believing, you will receive." Matthew 21:22. This is the ultimate key, unwavering belief. It is not enough merely to pray. You must declare with the absolute certainty of one who already possesses it. This is true prophetic prayer, one that does not beg, but affirms, one that does not fear, but gives thanks, one that does not merely hope, but manifests. And if there is one profound truth you must take away from this video, it is this. The scarcity mindset is not broken through sheer effort. It is shattered through divine understanding. You do not overcome lack by fighting against it. You overcome it by overflowing with faith. For where there is light, darkness cannot endure. Where there is a consciousness of abundance, mental poverty simply vanishes. Therefore, choose today to definitively break free from this limiting cycle. Stop repeating the thoughts that bind you and begin to boldly affirm the truths that liberate you. Use prophetic prayers as spiritual swords, cutting through fear, doubt, and every energy of limitation. Declare life, declare provision, declare boundless abundance, and above all, declare that the God who created you made no mistake in your creation. He made you complete, capable, prosperous, and utterly deserving of all good things. From this moment forward, view every challenge as a divine opportunity to reaffirm your faith. When it seems as though nothing is happening, remember, the seed germinates in silence before it breaks through the earth. The invisible realm operates before the visible manifests, and your sacred role is to remain steadfast, holding alive the absolute certainty that your abundance is already on its way. You are not watching this video by mere chance. This message is a divine calling. God is reminding you of who you truly are. And who you are on the spiritual plane is someone born to multiply, not merely to survive. We were created to expand, not to fear. Now, if this message has resonated deeply with you, if it has awakened something profound within your spirit, please leave your like and subscribe to the channel. This is more than a gesture. It is a sacred covenant with the new. It is like declaring to the universe, I receive this truth and choose to live within it. And if you feel called to go further, if you desire to understand more profoundly how to activate this inner divine force and manifest the invisible through unwavering faith, there is a path specially prepared for you. The link is in the first pinned comment, and those who click will comprehend the next powerful step on this spiritual journey. For in the end, the greatest revelation of all is this: scarcity never held any true power over you. It only seemed real because you believed in its illusion. But when the light of awakened consciousness ignites, every curse unravels and dissolves. And what remains is merely the natural, effortless flow of divine abundance, which has always been patiently awaiting the moment when you would finally remember who you truly are, a creator, made in the very image of the Creator. And that moment is now.